My name is Sal. I have a very special guest who I just met like 5 minutes ago. Everybody say hi to Andy. Andy Kaiser. He is the owner of, we're kind of missing your logo there a little bit. Yes, soapspoon.com. And one might say, exactly, one might say, what is a soap spoon? So I've got mine. I've got mine right here. So this obviously is in a clear, and I don't know if you want to say what this is printed with.
Mhm.
It's not a, I don't
Sure.
think it's a PLA, but
It is not PLA. Yeah.
I'm thinking PETG.
You're getting closer, but still not there yet. Yeah.
Not
The
there.
material
Okay.
it's PCTG is
Ah,
one letter off.
okay. What does the C stand for?
I have no idea. Something
Okay.
complicated.
Something some chemical composition. So we'll let the inventor and the master of the soap spoon tell us exactly what this is for, and beyond that, also how to use it. Of course, if you have any questions on its use, because I wanted to know before I started using it and looked foolish online, that I went to his website soapspoon.com and took a look and saw how to actually or how the maker intended it for it to be used, right? Because I mean, you could probably guess, and but anyways, so let's dive right in if you don't mind, and
Sure.
let me ask you the first question that's on everybody's mind, like, what was the impetus to make the soap spoon?
Yeah. Thanks, Sal. And I do appreciate this interview. Thanks for even talking to me. So,
Of course.
yeah, the impetus to make it, I, as everyone says, rabbit hole and fell deep and all that good stuff. I'm just another common story about that. So I'm at home, and this was middle of last year, like almost a year at this point, something around there, where I said I looked at my collection and had so many soaps, and I had been experimenting and finding all these great scents and textures, and realized that my soap collection was a mess. It was sitting on my shelf, and all the soaps were like open because I had to dry them out. And the room smelled not bad, but it smelled like a whole bunch of soaps mixed together. And the shelf itself was just, it looked bad. And then the soaps themselves, you know what a tub brushed soap looks like. It gets messy. And or at least like smushy looking, and you get the lather texture that dries on the lower layer of soap, and it looks like that.
Bubbles.
All the bubbles, yeah, and that fuzziness kind of thing on top. So I don't know if it's OCD, preference, whatever, but I don't like any of that. And from a massive soap collection, I just don't like putting away wet soaps. So I because of all that, I said, okay, fine. I need a soap scoop. No problem. I'm sure there's plenty online. So I went online and found the soap scoops that are available. And there are soap scoops out there. But if you look, they're very limited items. And limited, I mean like functionality. They're like anything from like the lowest, easiest one is you buy a soap at your favorite retailer and they give you a guitar pick, right? Or something like that. Fine. So you can scoop and spread with that. Or you do one step up and you get like a cheap, like a plastic shovel-y looking thing, like a very flat, or people say like like an ice cream scoop, like an ice cream spoon that you would get at Baskin Robbins or something like that.
Yep.
Okay. Or you get take it a level up, and then you get the cool stuff like, ooh, this guy made a hand-built custom carved silver or wrought iron or wonderfully carved wooden soap spoon, a soap scoop. Really cool, beautiful, but okay, that's also limited and really expensive on that end. And all of those are valid options. I've had people say, I'm just using my finger, and I'm fine with all that. But I didn't want any of those things, and I wanted specifically something that would be kind of in the middle of the road in terms of affordability, because and the reason that it drove it to that point is I don't want a guitar pick and I don't want an ice cream scoop. I want like something that is specific to wet shaving, specific to the soap bowls that the tubs that I'm scooping into, and the bowls that I'm spreading into. I want something specific for wet shavers, and I didn't see that to my satisfaction out there. So then I'm like, all right, looking at my shelf and everything after I did all this research, and I said, all right, I'm just going to build one. So I took the time and I built one, and now I am selling that soap scoop.
Nice. Well, I have to say, I know you came into the shop. These are going to be in the Razor Emporium in the near future. I think you guys are in some final negotiations to make that happen. So, there'll be an additional retail spot for the Soap Spoon. But definitely go to soapspoon.com. There's different. What color options do we have available for this?
At this time, red, white, and blue. Kept it America focused, but
there you go.
But that's not that. We can get into it as deep as you want, but basically, I can't be like a vendor that says, whatever color you want, I'll print it. It doesn't. There's a bit more post-processing and prep that needs to happen that makes other color options certainly possible, but I can't just say, I'm going to do green for you this once. So I'm not saying I won't. I probably will do other colors, but it'll be more of a planned major release. I'm doing this color now for these few months type of thing.
Gotcha. So like a green for St. Patty's Day seems like an obvious.
Right.
But okay, perfect.
Right.
So obviously soapspoon.com is the first place to go to, guys, gals, everybody looking for a gift for a loved one that's a wet shaver. This is definitely should be in everybody's arsenal. I firmly believe that. Wouldn't say it if it wasn't true, at least in my head. And I'm sure you'd agree. So, but yeah, so I am liking the design. So let me just ask you, because I did kind of go through all your videos and that you have online on YouTube. There's a few in there. Is that you in the videos where you're putting the 50-pound weights on this guy to show kind of the tensile strength?
Those weights were really heavy, man. Yeah, that was me.
Okay, cool. See, it's a mom and pop operation. So it's a guy came up with a great idea, produced it, and now he's selling it. Like that's America, right? That's the American dream. So, all right. So now let's see now. Let's get into some slightly different questions, if you don't mind. So number one, how long have you been a traditional shaver? Has it been years? You just getting into the hobby?
Traditional shaving has been fairly recent, probably within the last 2 years, less than 2 years, somewhere around that spot, where I'd been doing the dreaded cartridge world, and again, back to the rabbit hole. I'm nothing special in terms of origin story. I just realized, the origin story is probably this would be cheaper if I did it traditional shaving, right? And of course it's not.
Yeah.
But
no.
But on paper it's supposed to be cheaper. So that was my initial drive, and then I started looking into it, and well, here we are.
Well, it's cheaper per use. It's just not cheaper to stay in the hobby long term because obviously FOMO catches up with everybody, and then you start acquisition syndrome is the other word for it, right? Where you just start buying everything. All right. Well, do you have a favorite scent profile for your soaps?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually a lot more depending on mood, that type of thing, whatever vibe I'm into that day. But amongst my favorites would be a lot of stuff from Ariana and Evans. I just think they're probably my favorite soap vendor. I think they do a wonderful job at the scents and at the actual lathering and the soap consistency. And they just I believe they have that nailed. Their latest base is just incredible. But to answer your question, Peter over there released Nero Eroso, which is it's really weird because when I got it and I got the soap splash combo, and I put the splash on my hands and smelled it and everything, and I said, well, this is interesting. I don't know how much I like it. And the weirdest thing happened where the soap, as I continued to smell it, it changed scent. Like it continued to develop. And I haven't had it happen to that level of impact with anything else I've done before. And I was like, oh, all of a sudden I really love this smell. So, so anyway, that's probably my favorite right now. But I also like Noble Otter, Rain Root. I like Sterling, Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
The outdoorsy, watery things, but also like back to Nero Rosso or the Milu that they do. It's all just very uniquely crafted. Not a take on anything. It seems to me it seems pretty original and unique, and I respect that a lot too. But yeah, those are my big ones, I'd say.
Awesome. I mean, and you can't go wrong. Peter Carlos is a great guy, super nice. Did you meet him at
Yes,
Magnus?
I did. I
Yeah.
met him at Maggard's, and I was also at the Great Texas meetup
Oh, okay.
this year. I was at both of those, and Peter was at both of those. So yeah, between those two times, we got some good quality talking time in too. So
Yeah.
yeah, Peter's a good guy.
Yeah, very nice. I see him every year at the Razor Emporium meetup, and I think you said you're going to attempt to be there this coming February as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome.